in, brother. Come in.
You want a room service?
How you doing?
Half bottle of Spice.
I ordered.
What is this?
This is
It's an interview for the band?
This is our interview, brother. I'm looking for a new bass player. The old one was far too Scottish and far too New Zealand.
Oh no.
All at the same time.
That's detrimental.
How you doing?
Feeling good.
Can I ask you a question? Your
Yes,
bottle
as
is
many-
taking up
as many
25%.
As you like.
How do you feel today?
Not bad.
Not good.
Not great. Not bad.
Yeah. How many days a week do you think you feel off?
I think it's harder now. So just because the older I get, it's kind of harder to kind of equalize the equilibrium. Internally.
Equalize the equilibrium.
Does that make sense?
Of course it
Is that
does.
Is that a thing?
Only you could say that in this interview, though.
Yeah, no. Internally, it's just getting a little more difficult as I grow older.
Yeah.
Just
How old are you
because
today?
I'm 23.
Yeah.
It's turned 23 in January, 25th.
That was a big one.
That was a big one.
I think I'm still.
Maybe that's why my
Finding-
equilibrium's thrown off. No, yeah. The older I get, it's just awareness. That's all it is.
Yeah. Do you like? Is your mission statement as a musician and an artist now to eventually convey that message to people that look up to you as fans? Do you want them to feel like it's fine, as they grow into adults?
Mm-hmm.
Some of our fans have grown up with us for years, obviously.
Yeah.
But is the main thing that you would like to convey at the moment is that you care about you look after yourself?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, it's always a tough thing, especially being an artist. I mean, I'm preaching to the choir here, but there's always things that you're constantly discovering, and some things are unknown, and there's questions you're asking questions that don't have answers, and that's probably the toughest part.
Yeah.
But there's always things that you do know from what you've learned in the past, and that's, for me, is just like honesty.
Mm-hmm.
And I think now it's harder, especially with social media. It's hard to maintain that honesty, and when you feel like you're being honest, it doesn't feel like it's being reciprocated.
Is that because... Yeah, I mean, I often get caught up in the statistics behind honesty. I mean, honesty, unfortunately, these days is kind of shied away from.
Mm-hmm.
And is that a problem you have with expressing yourself online, or?
Yeah, in ways, it's something I'm still learning about myself. That's probably why I'm not as prominent on social media. That's why my footprint on social media is lessened over time, just because I want to be impactful with what I say.
Yeah.
And also finding that line of being also relatable in a way, I guess.
In a way, yeah.
Yeah.
Because if you're going to say something to people, you want the energy to be reciprocated, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like you're a like-minded person in the fact that you want to be a classic artist. You want to be a timeless artist. And
well, I feel like when we say too much, we become too oversaturated as beings, and the strength and power of our words are stripped.
No, 100%. And I think you're 100% right there.
Yeah.
So it's just, I mean, but you also can't be ignorant in the fact that this is where we're at as a society now. And you have to move with it.
Yeah. Is that what you would, convey to people that look up to you, your fans? What do you want them to know?
I think now more than, I think it's just always going back to just being your real self and and always, the core values that you hold within yourself. I think that you should explore them, and I think that it's all about, you should never react in fear. I think everything is love based, and that's also tapping into more of a spiritual sense, but it's constant challenge every day.
Are you like reading anything at the moment?
I'm not reading anything. I'm listening to a lot of it's called secular Buddhism, and it's kind of not having ties to it as a spiritual matter or a religious matter. It's just learning the values of the Buddha and Buddhism, in which I think morally I share a lot of the same values.
Yeah.
Is that it just kind of helps me to reground myself.
Totally.
Always, especially being on the road.
Mm-hmm. I think I would call myself a universalist in the sense that we've been so blessed to travel so much that when we're in all these different countries, I've seen what so many people and different people and beautiful people believe in.
Yeah.
So how could I believe in just one thing? I find the human condition is the most important thing to learn about, and that's what I relate to in Buddhism, because it denies the false pretenses of hope. The human existence is hard, and it's supposed to be, and that's why I really relate to Buddhism in general. But
I'd be interested to hear with you and how you keep, as I was talking about before, just the balance of the chemically in your brain.
Oh, yeah.
I know that you're...
Oh, man. Yeah, I choose to not medicate with antidepressants or anti-anxiety medication just because I don't trust it. And for me to fully be my own being, and for me to trust that I'm being fully Ashton, I don't think I can medicate. So I do a lot of yoga. And a lot of things I'm very proactive about looking after my own mind, because I understand it feels sometimes really tough to be inside my own mind, but I respect it though, and I do work to and don't get me wrong, it is tough. I do struggle with depression and anxiety. You know that. You're with
no. Especially now, just because, I mean, internally, a lot of people may not know this, but internally, you are the main force and drive of a lot of things, and a lot of end products that people do see. Is that responsibility, kind of, is that a weight on your shoulders?
Oh, not really, because I want to dedicate my life to this, whatever this may be, creating, and my mindset, I believe, is part of just my gift and of life. My being and my time here is, I must honor it in any way I can. And if I have all these ideas and I have the urge and passion to finish them, then that's my purpose. So it is stressful and it is hard sometimes, but ultimately I feel very wealthy.
Yes.
If I had no money or all the money, it's kind of whatever. I felt rich when I joined the band.
No, I understand.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I felt pretty stoked to be able to create and have eyes and ears.
That's awesome. How'd you come up with this?
Oh, thanks for watching. Let's get riggedy red. Thank you for watching. This is Ashton and Cal, Conversation with Calum.
See you later.
My guy. Next up, Michael Clifford. See ya.